Group project. What is the point of Bitcoin? Authors and parts. Opening, Mark Filipovich. Body, Paulo Karagin. Body, part 2, Pavlo Homlyuk. Ending, Mikhail Flagin. Introduction, my part. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency created in 2009 by anonymous developer under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. It was intended to be a decentralized currency independent of banks and governments, allowing people to send and receive money directly. Bitcoin operates on blockchain technology, a decentralized database that stores all transactions. This ensures transparency, reliability, and protection against counterfeiting. Why was it created? The reason for the creation of Bitcoin was the financial crisis in 2008, which showed the vulnerability of the banking system. Bitcoin was conceived as an alternative electronic money, independent, protected from inflation, and not subject to government control. In this decentralized network, each participant controls their funds independently. How is Bitcoin different from traditional currencies? The main difference between Bitcoin is its independence and limited emission. A total of 21 million coins issued, which eliminates inflation typically of traditional currencies. Bitcoin is also global and anonymous. You only need a digital wallet to use it, not a bank account. This makes international transfers cheaper, as it eliminates intermediaries and high commissions.
My name is Paulo Karagin, and I'll tell you about blockchain and cryptography. What is a blockchain? Blockchain is essentially a digital ledger where data is stored in blocks which are linked together to form a continuous chain of information. This data can be any kind of transaction or record, such as financial transaction, contract, or supply chain data. Each block holds a list of recent transactions, a timestamp, and a unique identifier called a cryptographic hash. How blockchain works? Blockchain works step by step, which I'll describe. First step, transaction creation, is when a user initiates a transaction so the transaction data is created. Second step, verification. Transactions are broadcast to the network of computers, which is called nodes, connected to the blockchain, and these nodes validate the transaction by checking that all stuff like signature or user has the required funds. Third step, grouping into blocks and consensus mechanism. If the previous step is verified, then transactions are grouped together into blocks. Each block has own identifier called hash. The network must reach a consensus. Most blockchains use consensus mechanisms such as POS, proof of stake, or POW, proof of work. Cryptography. Cryptography is the practice of securing information by transforming it in a way that makes it unreadable to unauthorized users. The goal of cryptography is to protect data, ensuring that it remains confidential, authentic, and unaltered during storage or transmission. How Bitcoin and cryptography is connected? Bitcoin and cryptography are deeply interconnected, as cryptographic techniques are foundational to Bitcoin security. Cryptography in Bitcoin ensures that transactions are secure, data is private, and the network remains trustless, meaning no central authority is needed to verify transactions.
My part is problem Bitcoin aims to solve. Financial inclusion. Traditional banking system often exclude those without access to financial institutions, primarily affecting over 1 billion people worldwide who are unbanked. Bitcoin addresses this issue by enabling anyone with internet access to participate in the global economy. Trust and cross-border transactions. Bitcoin was designed to operate in the trustless way, meaning participants don't need to trust each other or a central authority. Bitcoin enables fast and inexpensive cross-border transactions, removing the need for intermediaries such as banks, which can delay and add fees to international transfers. Monetary policy. Unlike fiat currencies, which government can print in unlimited quantities, Bitcoin has a capped supply of 21 million coins. The fixed supply makes Bitcoin immune to inflationary policies. Bitcoin's scarcity and independence from central banks make it a unique asset. Interesting facts. The first Bitcoin transaction was for pizza. Lost Bitcoins are gone forever. Quantum computers could be a threat to Bitcoin security.
Hi, my name is Mikhail Flagin. My part is conclusion. Bitcoin is a global currency. So what about the future of Bitcoin? The opinion of experts is split. One part believes that Bitcoin will remain a way to save money and protect them from constant inflation, and the other part is of the opinion that Bitcoin will become more and more integrated into the daily life of humanity. And in the future, Bitcoin will become a full-fledged alternative to state currencies as it has already happened in El Salvador. At the moment, it's the only country in the world that has legalized Bitcoin and made it a national currency. Looking at the map, you can see that most of the leading economies, such as United States, almost all countries in Europe, Brazil, India, and others, have legalized Bitcoin with some minimal restrictions. In yellow are countries where Bitcoin is still legal, but with stronger restrictions. You can also see that there is still major countries like China, Egypt, Morocco, and others that still completely ban any Bitcoin transactions in the country. To summarize, the point of Bitcoin is to serve as a digital alternative to the traditional government currencies, independent of government control, with a value that fluctuates only based on market dynamics. Thank you for your attention.